just stop being angry. Get control. Stop doing that. If you're a man and you are stuck in a cycle of destructive anger and somebody's been telling you to just stop it, stop being angry, or you're telling yourself that, but you don't really know what to do instead, that's why I put this video together specifically for you and to help with that. So I'm Dr. Nick Sotelo, and I help men overcome destructive anger. And I'm pulling over 22 years of experience helping men do just that, to overcome destructive anger, into a process that I call anger resolution. And a couple days ago, I asked my Facebook community, I showed them the roadmap, and I said, hey, what from this roadmap would you like to see and have me share specifically? And I got several requests for step 2, which is anger response tools. So as I promised, I'm going to then deliver on those anger response tools. And let's get into that. So I'm going to show the roadmap here. And the roadmap is showing that step 2 is anger tools. So let me break those tools down for you. So out of all the anger management tools, yep, these tools are coming from classic anger management tools. What I found is 3 rise to the top that are pretty consistent in terms of the feedback that people will say, hey, when I learned all these tools, it's this one, that one, or this other one that really helped the most. So I'm going to highlight those, and those are the ones that I also highlight in the anger resolution program. And if those 3 don't work, don't worry, there's other ones, and you can hit me up with that if you look at these 3 and like, Nick, those don't work. No problem. There's a whole bunch of tools, but these are just the 3 that rise to the top. So one tool that you can use, and these are tools that you use when you're in an angry situation, right? These are teaching you what to do instead of being angry. Get control, get a grip, right? Those are all platitudes that are given to the person who is angry, but what do you do instead? So these 3 tools are the what to do instead strategies. So one of them is what I call the rule of 7s. And you might hear that called something different, a different number attached to it. It really doesn't matter. I just like the rule of 7s because, lucky number 7. But the rule of 7s is a cognitive tool. It's creating distance from the angry event. You're in an angry situation, so you create distance between the event and how you respond. And so the rule of 7s is this: when you are angry about something's just happened, then you're going to ask yourself in your head, am I going to be angry about this 7 minutes from now? Is this thing going to matter 7 minutes from now, 7 hours from now, 7 days from now, 7 weeks from now, 7 months from now, 7 years from now? So that's the rule of 7s. And I can tell you from experience that when I look back on some of my most destructive anger episodes today, I can't tell you what the situation was about, right? And some of those do stand back over 7 years. And so that tells you something. If you can't even remember what you were angry about, but yet the devastation is still there, the memories of how you responded still there, the rule of 7s is going to be important for you. So again, to cover that again, when you're in an angry situation, ask yourself, is this thing going to matter 7 minutes, 7 hours, 7 days, 7 weeks, 7 months, 7 years? And most of the time, you're probably going to say, no, it's not really going to matter. So that gives you the opportunity cognitively to step back and think about something better to do in that situation. All right. Tool number 2 is it's an anchor tool, or is a pleasant imagery tool. And it's something that you have to have set up ahead of time. And so if you're watching this video and you want to apply these tools right now, think about it, right? And so pleasant imagery is picturing an ideal state, either the ideal state that you've experienced in the past or an ideal state that you want to have in the future, but something that's going to ground you. And so it might be picturing with you and your family, and everybody is feeling loved and safe, and you can picture that almost like a Norman Rockwell type painting. And so when you feel yourself getting angry, you can put that picture in your mind, right? That's your goal. This is what you want to do, especially as a man and father, protector and provider. How do you create psychological safety? So that pleasant imagery. I'm a waterfowl hunter, so for a while my pleasant imagery was sitting in the duck blind pre-dawn, and it's kind of how calm and serene that is. That was my pleasant imagery. So you're going to need to pick something that's going to work for you. I mean, I've done this with children, and I had one child say it was a cheese pizza, big cheese pizza, and a big smile on his face, and he could smell it. So that was his pleasant imagery. And then the third tool that we're going to cover here is, hey, take a break. It'll say, step back, cool down, and you use that reminder to do that. You take a break, you step down, you step back, and that allows you to have a more effective, safer response to what's going on. So those are the three tools, the ones that I find that have risen to the top that are most helpful. Again, it is the rule of sevens, pleasant imagery, and the reminders. And these are all things that you should do when you're in an angry situation, right? I hope that was helpful to you. If it was, and you want this written out in a guide, I have a PDF guide for you so you can look at it again, and it's a worksheet guide so you can do these activities, the same activities that I put men through when they're in my program, the anger resolution program. And I'll give it to you in the guide. All you got to do is just comment on this post, send me the guide, and I'll send it right over to you. I hope this was helpful. I've known that these are effective skills for myself and scores of other men, so I'm happy to deliver them to you, and I wish you well.